Okay, some of you, when we spoke about the Eastern Cape matter, when we spoke about corruption and some of the wrongdoings that are happening in the Eastern Cape, you actually thought that we were on a mission, to obtain likes and increase our followership. But I want to say thank you to those who believed when we said that there's tremendous levels of corruption taking place in the Eastern Cape. But for those who did not believe, who thought that we were just creating a story, I just came here because I thought it's important that we emphasize as we prepare towards closing this matter. And we're going to close it by highlighting some of the things that we spoke about that are factual. As to what you do with this information, you're going to decide. We came here on this very platform and we told you that there was corruption in the Department of Transport. And we specifically spoke about corruption in the scholar transport of the department. We are here to come and tell you that more than R500 million has been used corruptly, fraudulently by officials of the Department of Transport. We said that that corruption involves that there are people who are operators that were appointed and given contracts when they did not qualify. There are those who were given contracts outside the area, their area of jurisdiction, or where they are supposed to be operating. We said that there are operators who are losing their contracts because they are being ejected out of the system to create a way for those who are preferred by officials and politically connected individuals. We came here today to come and tell you that we stand by that truth. We came here today to come and tell you that we told you that some of the officials who were proven to have been irregularly appointed were transferred cautionarily to scholar transport, Bosomjala. Those are the people who are found to be perpetuating scholar transport corruption, and there's a report for it. It's not new. It's a report. And I'm going to show you that report, at least as far back as 2023, as far back as 2022, these kind of things were already, clear and out there. But some of you never believed. So we're going to show you that this same modus operandi continues even today. We told you that the DDG Sicilian was amongst the 13 people who were irregularly appointed in this position. Since 2016, he's still in that position. As we speak today, he's getting more than R1 million or so per annum, and he's milking the department. The MEC is not denying that fact. As a matter of fact, there's a process. I don't know if that process is going on or the process has been halted, where the MEC is trying to reverse the decision of appointing the DDG of Corporate Services in the Eastern Cape in his department. So, as we speak, this person who was appointed in 2016, earning R1 million or so, he's still in the department as I make this video right now. In fact, it appears that instead of reversing his appointment and taking him out of the department is currently trying to restructure, rework the organogram so that he can find a new position somewhere in the department. So the Department of Transport in the Eastern Cape is rotten. Of course, you would know. I mean, those who follow the news, you know to what length would people with money, corrupt, will go to courts, even find you, sometimes get you hitmen to silence you. But I've been advised. My team said to me, we're not going to spend money to defend the truth because the truth will defend itself. We told you that Phelisile Melane did not have the qualifications he pretended to have at the time when he was applying for the position that he has today. We told you that. But we didn't stop there. We went to open a case. We opened it here in Johannesburg and transferred it to King Williamstown or Queenstown, I can't remember. And the matter is now being investigated by the Hawks. That's the same matter. Now that you see the News 24 and Daily Dispatch running with the article, it is simply because we knew that we were telling the truth. But some of you and people came here, they were making noise about how they thought we had something and we didn't. The truth is about to come out. There are people in that department who claimed to have specific qualifications and they didn't go to school as they claimed. Bloody fools. So News 24 is running with an article, and News 24 is saying that the Hawks have now confirmed. News 24 also confirms that there's a labor court matter that's going. But here is a sad thing. There are attempts to use the same state's resources that have been used to pay these guys who were irregularly appointed. The same state resources are about to be used to protect the same guys against the findings of the state, not Isaac's findings, not Trans-Sudringa's findings. The PSC report says that these people were irregularly appointed. Investigations are saying that these people were irregularly appointed and they are being paid. There are those in the same department who are saying that, no, we will go and defend them. How lucky these guys are. I don't know who is defending them, but it appears News 24 says that the MEC Ngata wants to defend these people himself. That's what News 24 says. It says that the way things are, it looks like either the MEC is going to use his own personal money or he's going to use the state resources to, I don't know what's the conclusion there, what's going to happen. But here's a fact. The fact is that Phelisile Melane did not have the qualification for the position he's currently holding, and he must be removed from that position. And anybody who defends him supports that behavior. We came here and we told you that there's 11.7 million rand that was paid for what was purported to be a construction or a maintenance, road maintenance. By then, it was the fiancé. Immediately after the 11 million rand was paid, the couple got married. So the CFO saw a payment going to the husband for the work that was never done. Today they are married. The money has been paid. Today they are married. It's a capsedance. You see there in the Eastern Cape, it's a capsedance. It's a playing area. It's a playing ground. We told you those things. And we hear now that there is some disciplinary process, but it is being done hush hush. That the CFO or the acting CFO is now under some disciplinary, is being done hush hush. But we know that there is that process. So we were factual when we said so. We told you that in Matatiele and other parts of the Eastern Cape, in as far as the taxi industry is concerned, there has never been a democratic process that was seen. People were imposed and pushed down the members of a particular association, in particular, Matatiele Drakensberg Taxi Association. The leadership that is occupying that position there, they know that they were not democratically elected. And for the record, the MEC himself wrote a letter to me. And he says to me, Isaac, I know and confirm that the election process there was not democratic, and we are going. He makes a commitment in the letter he writes to me. He's making a commitment that he himself will oversee a process of reversing that process. Let me tell you what happened. After that, the officials of the Department of Transport in the Alfred Nzo region went back to the same association and created an environment to rectify the mistake by not recalling the elections, by calling people who elected the chairperson and said, 3 people, come here, 3 people, you voted, let's check if you are the right people. Don't legitimize what is wrong. And this is what they've been doing throughout the process, because they know that things have not been done well. We've said to you that we do not want to get involved in intra-association politics, because it gets hectic in those spaces. We're not interested. But because the MEC and the Department of Transport was already aware of some of the grievances, the MEC says that I have received letters as far back as 2022, 2023. So he knows that Matatiele Drakensberg Taxi Association, there's been problems. And he also knows that BATA, which was the mother body, was supposed to be the one that was responsible to making sure that the processes were free and fair. So the leadership is still in position. That association is running. Now the purging process is beginning. Now the powerful, the leadership now is ejecting people from specific routes. So as we know, there's a route there, Kacha into Kacha from Lesotho into Matatiele, is operated by one person, not one association, one individual. And the same individual, because of the power of those that are behind this specific individual, what we see now is that now he's trying to extend his roots, going into Velcom, going into Bloemfontein, and wants to eject other people out of that. This is the reason why we have requested the National Commissioner of Police to take all the taxi-related dockets, take them to Mkwanazi, take them to the political killing task team, because it is the only task team that is trained and has the capability to deal with complex matters. Libo clever. Those who think that because now we are able to track how were other people taken out and who benefited out of that process. And we've made that special request because we want to show those that thought that they are running this country, those who are mafias, who believe that this country will be run through a barrel of a gun, that your time at some point will come to an end. If the country can go and find the big 5, abo Ket Matlala, abo Mulife. Who are you? You playing in a small area there, pressing people down, and you thinking that you're some god? So the truth is out. I'm here to come and tell you that the status quo in the Eastern Cape remains the same, but corruption continues. The Premier, we've raised some of these things with you. We know, we came also here and we told you that fleet in the Department of Transport is engulfed and enveloped by corruption of different proportion. As a result of the behavior and the structure of how fleet in that, as a chief directorate in the Department of Transport is milking the Department of Health down, and the Department of Health is not able to. How do you explain this? That Department of Health owes Department of Transport 100 million rand, government to government. The Department of Health went to the Premier and said, we can't afford this arrangement, change it. The Premier signed and approved it. But the people in the Department of Transport who are benefiting from this kind of contract with user departments are continuing to milk different departments. And officials in these departments, user departments, are depressed, quiet. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what to do because they are now dependent. You can't touch it. This whole agreement is guarded by heavyweights of the province. And yet the people are stranded. This is the reason why the people of Kunu, where Nelson Mandela was born, they are making threats that, you know what, if this is how this government is treating us, we will rather drop it like a hot and a boiled egg rather. The people, the community of Kunu, where Mandela was born, they are saying that we are tired of this treatment. And there are some of you who are still coming here and saying that we want followers, when we are shining the light on the things that are depressing and taking from the poor and the people in the Eastern Cape. You think that we are here trying to be celebrities. And they go around, they're saying that we know they are poor, we don't know. Of course we are. We don't have the money that you have. But I'll tell you what we do. We work decently like people and we earn salaries. We don't earn it from the blood and sweat of others. We don't do that. What you see is out of hard work, not out of connection. That's why we will not have the money to go to courts and go fight people who amassed money corruptly and fraudulently. So you can call us whatever you want. The only reason why we did not go to court is because we did not have the money to go and fight with the corrupt. All we wanted to do was to shine the light. What you do with this information is the Eastern Cape. It's your baby. Here is the truth. Corruption in the Department of Transport is deep, is not only affecting the Department of Transport, all other departments that are dependent on Department of Transport are suffering through fleets. All the vehicles that you see, government departments, health, education, all they are called user departments, all those vehicles are coming from the Department of Transport. And what is happening there, I'm still about to tell you a story once I get information from Fleet Africa, because Fleet Africa was at the heart of this problem, and they have avoided my request for a statement. All I know is that Fleet Africa was compelled by a court order to pay more than 20 million rand, and by all accounts, nobody knows if that money is paid. And I asked him a question. I said, Fleet Africa, have you paid the 20 million rand? Nobody's answering. But I know the truth. I'm going to come back to that truth. Eastern Cape, what you do, what you get in today is because of your own actions, but you can choose to be different. This is Isaac Lesole. Keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel and follow us across all social media platforms. Until we meet again in the next episode. Peace.
Yo, en het rijdt.